Hello everybody and welcome back to some more XP League Valorant action. Today we do have the Triangle Minotaur versus the Cincinnati Lions in this Platinum League match, the third week match of the Platinum League season. Now I do see that the screen here is just a little bit tight, so I'll go ahead and see if I can adjust that. But first, let's look at who we are playing. So the Triangle Minotaur are being represented by Nashfort, Retro, Tink, Clue, and Gaias. And the Cincinnati Lions are being represented by Lover, Zephyr, It Is Nick, God, Polish Demon, and Sunny. All right, hopefully the volume is there as well. As always, please let me know if there's any audio issues as it relates to either the game or my voice, just to make sure it's a good viewing experience for everyone and it is all good to go. Now, I am going to jump into the settings here real quick just to make sure and see if this I can get this screen capture working better for everyone. So I do have it currently windowed. Let's go ahead and bring it to full screen. That does not seem to be doing anything.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
And that's mostly because I didn't apply it. Not sure if I can mid-game. There we go. There we go. Now I just got to do a little bit of adjusting over here. And we should be good to go on that. I apologize for the technical aspect here. As I am messing it all up. There we go. Okay, so we are in it right now. We do have the Cincinnati Lions on the attack, and they are pushing what appears to be the B site right now. We do see It Is Nick getting some visuals of the enemy. We do have shots being fired here. We also have the portal being used to great effect and getting a huge flank on the Cincinnati Lions. The Triangle Minotaur taking down several players. Sunny taking down Retro, who did get a lot of those initial kills. The spike has been dropped as well. God, Polish Demon trying to survive here in addition to Zephyr, the last two remaining players for the Cincinnati Lions. And they are in a tight spot. This does not look like a good round for the Lions against the Minotaur in this opening salvo.
30 seconds left.
But I think really that initial flank is what is going to be their ultimate demise. And that's going to be a first round defender win victory for the Triangle Minotaur in this series. All right. We'll see how this next attack goes. Obviously, the Minotaur are going to be at a little bit of an economic advantage with some better equipment going into this second round. And we do have Lover. You may recognize that name if you watch our Rocket League matches. He is carrying the spike. We'll see how it's going. Banshee, let's go Lions. Love to see you in the chat. Mama B, hype, hype, hype. As always. Here we go. I do believe It Is Nick likely to come in first contact here. He's about to come into contact with Retro. Unfortunately had his knife out at the wrong time. Retro taking two Lions down back to back. Make that 3. Was it 4? I might have just missed it. And that was a flawless victory for the Triangle Minotaur, earning them a second victory. Now we did know that going into that round, they, you know, with the effectiveness of their first round play, they did have the economy to really kind of support better weaponry and stuff. But we should see a little bit of a balance in that coming from the Lions this round. And so this is the round that the Lions really need to try to win to get back into this game from an equipment standpoint.
Satchel out.
Sunny throwing satchels, staring at the ground. Polish Demon following the rest of his team towards this A location. And we're going to see how this all kind of pans out here. Does seem to be a little bit more of a slow push. Sunny getting some jump peaks around this corner. And as we can see, we do have the outline there of Retro, proving to be a dangerous player. Op shot just barely missing Sunny during that last jump peak, but this grenade should buy him some space, but it looks like they're going to utilize it to, well, I was going to say maybe rotate, but we're not really seeing that yet. So no one being taken down so far, no picks yet for either team. little bit of blinding smoke going down, but there was a spray. Now, I am a little concerned with this player over on the left. You may see it on the minimap labeled by the number 3 for the Triangle Minotaur. That might be an opportunity for them to sneak around and knock out the spike carrier for the Lions. Moving over to It Is Nick, watching the rear, and also now the player with the spike. Still no picks for anybody. Only 30 seconds remaining in this round. They are going to need to push at some point and get this spike down. Triangle Minotaur being a very disciplined team. They're not really adjusting a ton. They're waiting for this attacking team to come forward. We got some shots going through the walls. Retro does go down to Lover. Lover taking down Clue before ultimately being traded out. It's a 3v3, and here comes the aggressive push towards the A site. The spike is now going down. There's only 4 seconds remaining. It needed to go down right then, and it did.
One enemy remaining.
It is Nick watching the rear, and as we said earlier, this was the round that the Lions needed to win to start stabilizing, and I do believe we might be seeing it. Nick, knowing there's an opponent over there after throwing up that camera, and Polish Demon taking Tink down, is going to give the Cincinnati Lions their first victory in this match.
Our sight to our advantage.
Great play by both teams.
Kill them.
All right. We do have another stack up here on the A site. Very similar defense as well. Does hear the bot coming around the corner. Jumps out of the way as to not give away any locations. Now this time we do have a Brimstone coming around this side in the form of Nashfort. But we have some shots going off.
There.
The Lions opting to hang out in this hallway. Getting that grenade thrown on top of that line of sight blocking is going to be helpful for their advance. The satchel is going to propel Sunny forward and gets the jump on Clue, but Clue, quick to respond, does take Sunny down. Now, only 2 players remaining for the Lions, not looking particularly great. Zephyr was able to pick up the spike, but does go down to Tink, and that's going to be a 3-1 victory for the
just like we practiced.
for the Triangle Minotaur. As far as the season goes as well, Triangle Minotaur currently sitting at a 1-1 record. Lions currently sitting at a 0-2 record. So, a lot of ties right now. There's kind of 2 teams at the top with 2 O's, 2 teams at the bottom with 0-2s, and then 4 teams in the middle with 1-1s. And, you know, this week and this match is really going to decide and start splitting that up and providing a little bit of a disparity between all the teams. Now, Sunny needs to get his gun out. Unfortunately, not fast enough. Tink takes him down, along with Clue taking down It Is Nick. And that puts it down to now only. Goodness. Players are dropping like flies. Zephyr goes down, and that is going to be the 4th victory for the defenders, the Triangle Minotaur. The Lions need to be careful against this team. This is a strong team. It's a team that's been around for a long time. And they are definitely disciplined, and the Lions need to make sure they're very deliberate with their movement and accurate with their shots if they're going to be able to pull out a full-fledged victory. We do see a little bit of a split here. We do have Sunny kind of hanging out over towards the A side, and we also have, I was looking for who was carrying the spike. I believe it is,
Cage trigger.
as I'm bouncing the camera around all over the place. I believe it's Lover with the spike. We do see a little bit of, I wouldn't really call this a push, more of a harass, but oh my goodness, Retro with another portal flank is going to take out Polish Demon and Nick. Clue taking down Zephyr and Lover. The spike is down, and the only surviving member is Sunny, who is a little bit playing isolated on the A site. Facing off against 5 Triangle Minotaur players, this is going to be a kind of a tough maneuver for him. He doesn't end up getting blinded there.
Bomb buddy out.
Buddy does get shot. He's aware there's a player. Clue with a wide swing is able to get that flawless victory for the Triangle Minotaur, bringing the score to 5-1 in this round. Papa Bear loving the hype.
Sorry, ear's still ringing.
Let's go Lions. All right, so here we go into another round. This time, potentially, I was curious to see there if the Lions were going to go a little bit more wide to the left towards the B side, but they do tend to prefer kind of this middle area a little bit more in the approach for both sides. Now, that hasn't panned out very well when it comes to approaching the B side as that portal flank continues to get them. But right now, it does look like they're going in force on the A side. Now, that corner trades happening left and right, currently 4v3. The Lions could make this happen with enough chaos. The Lions are able to push up. And this might provide an opportunity for Nick to place this spike. But a fast rotate over to the B side is going to give them an area from which they can defend anyone approaching. Now, I did see a utility come through that door. And here goes the spike. Now, ooh, Clue with the sneaky flank there. Polish Demon on very low HP. If a stiff wind even breezes him, he is going to go down. Can he get the click on Nash 4? He does not. And that's going to be a 6 victory for the Triangle Minotaur. 6-1 in tonight's match. Alright, does look like another A-side push. Coming from a little bit of the opposite direction this time. A little bit more committed depending if they use the portal or not. We do have Nick taking some shots off. Does get some damage on Tink, but Tink taking down 3 players back to back is damaging. Absolutely crippling to the Lions. Now, they are pushing forward, looking for the final 2 players, and the Lions don't really know this, and here come the Triangle, pushing back to the A side, thinking, okay, we've left a seam, and Sunny was able to take down Tink, but was traded by Clue, and here comes Retro around the corner. Oh, and those shots just go a little wide by Lover, and that's going to give the Triangle Minotaur their 7th victory in this match. 7-1. Triangle Minotaur against the Cincinnati Lions. Now here comes a timeout from Sunny. This will give an opportunity for their coach to talk to them. Come up with a plan, identify some of the shortfalls that have kind of been leading to this score disparity that we're seeing at the moment. Does also give a minute to the Triangle Minotaur, so they'll be able to discuss as well. Overall, great play. Like, honestly, the Lions are playing well. The Minotaur are also just playing well. And I don't think that the Lions are out of this at all. There's still several rounds for them on the offense before the sides swap. But sometimes what we've seen with these games that kind of get a little bit of a score disparity like this is that, you know, once the sides swap, sometimes teams in their play styles just do better on the defense or on the offense on specific maps. And so that might be a combination of what we see tonight. But overall, very excited to see the rest of this match. So 3 seconds remaining in this timeout. That is going to call it there. Coaches go back to their corners and the match starts. So we do see a little bit of a difference in the attack formation here. We do have the spike and several of the players pushing towards the B side, but we also have the Minotaur set up in a defense on the B side that may be a little bit tricky moving forward, right? Now we do see a little bit of a redirect here. Zephyr coming into contact with a couple of the Triangle Minotaur players. No one going down, but some damage being taken. Tink taking down Lover, Nick taking down Clue. We'll see how Zephyr can do here. Does take some more damage off Tink. Retro taking down Nick elsewhere on the map. So the trades are coming pretty fast and furious, but now unfortunately we are down to 1 player in the form of Polish Demon, and the spike has unfortunately been dropped as well. And so Tink is sitting on top of it right here, and Polish Demon was not looking, and he is going to go down 8-1 in favor of the Triangle Minotaur. Looking like a rough match for the Cincinnati Lions. Now, this isn't the first time they've been in a situation like this, and if you've watched, you've probably heard me say this before, but this Cincinnati Lions team has come back from a 9-1 spread to actually take the match. So, you know, they're still within that spread, and they're still in this game.
I'll take everything from them.
Now, I am curious what they were talking about in their timeout. Ooh, Sunny with a shotgun. Here we go. Here's his chance. Boom. Oh my gosh. Clue with the lightning fast reflexes takes out Sunny in what looked like an obvious kill for him. Rocket launcher takes out Lover in dramatic fashion. And Clue getting a great flank on Polish Demon. Now, it is Nick is the last lion standing. Does get some shots off on Retro, takes them down,
Hiding. My ultimate is ready.
and is aware of where the enemies were at least a split second ago, but does go down to Clue, and that is going to be a 9-1 score in favor of the Triangle Minotaur. And now we are at that point where the Lions have come back from before, and so we'll see if that happens again tonight, and that's, I know, what we're all rooting for here for everyone that's watching, unless you're a Triangle Minotaur fan. I'm not sure if they're streaming either. They may have their own stream going on that's kind of showing it from their point of view.
Cage triggered.
Alright, we do hear some shots happening over here towards the A side. Clue holding this down. Does poke out and takes Zephyr out. Lover poking around with the Sheriff, but gets blinded. That's going to get Clue a little bit more space. Opportunity to advance, but Nick gets taken down by Tink on the opposite side of the map. The ability is just blinding. Sunny camping it out a little bit. Is going to probably get a jump here on Clue, but not before Clue takes down Lover. So Sunny being the last player remaining, and the spike has been dropped by Lover. Sunny trying to survive, goes down to Tink. 10-1 in favor of the Triangle Minotaur. Now, this is a spread we have not come back from before. So, statistically speaking, the Lions are in a rough spot. So, we'll see what happens. It's still anyone's game. But for those of you that are new to watching Valorant or new to Valorant in general, we are playing to 13, right? So, the team that gets to 13 first will win the overall match for the week. With that being said, you do have to win by 2. So, there is a world where you do end up going into overtime if you get 13 and the other team has like 12, for example. Alright, this is a little bit of a different offense from the Lions, and I kind of like it because they're showing kind of that A-side push that they've been doing repeatedly, and that's going to trigger what we're seeing right now is that rotate over towards the A-site as that pressure continues to slowly build from Nick and I believe Lover. Now, Lover does go down to Retro, and so does Nick, but this is opening up the B site for Sunny and Zephyr to push forward. Now, Zephyr does have the spike, and Polish Demon is over here watching the approach from the portal, is able to take down Clue. Now, Gaia's does take down Sunny, and Nash4 takes down Zephyr, so the spike is dropped, and it's all on Polish Demon. Great reaction there from Polish Demon, but unfortunately, Tink was there for the follow-up. And that's going to put the Triangle Minotaur at 11-1 against the Lions. Now, as we were talking before, we did now just switch sides. So this is the opportunity for the Lions to show us how they are on defense on this map against the Minotaur. And you also notice that the portraits swapped, right? So where before the Lions were red portraits, now they're sitting at teal. And they are on the defense. No more spike carrying for them unless we go into overtime. Now, to prevent going into overtime, the Lions will have to win 12 matches in a row, or 12 rounds in a row. So we'll see what happens there. Right now, we do see the Minotaur stacking up for a strong A-side push, but that is also where there's 3 Cincinnati Lions players waiting. But no one is really watching that avenue approach, with the exception of Zephyr. And he is about to see 4 players run in to that site. And now, Retro with some great movement there. Tink with a couple shots. Right now, it is only 2 Lions remaining to the 4 Minotaur, and they have secured the A site and gotten that spike down. Now, Polish Demon knocking out Nash4. They are still in this. Here comes It Is Nick. Unfortunately, this angle is being watched pretty heavily by Retro. You'll also notice everyone is on pistols. When sides swap, the economies are wiped out. Now that's going to put the Triangle Minotaur at a 12-1 lead, which is pretty dramatic, and they're on match point. So all they have to do is win one more round, and that's going to be it for tonight. That would be a pretty quick stream, pretty quick match. What we're looking for here is some Lions victories, get them some momentum, get them their confidence back, and hopefully watch them turn this whole thing around on this defense. Now, they did see how the Minotaur pushed in that first round, but it does look like they might be mixing it up a little bit. We are seeing another A-side push, but they are splitting it and sending the spike on the far left. Right now, we do see Sunny over there on that side throwing a grenade. But I also believe Zephyr running away from what appears to be Retro moving forward, linking up with these players that are rotating in from the B side. Very target-rich environment there, but two more Lions go down. Lover goes down, and that leaves Polish Demon able to take out one player. Or no, he took out two. He took out Nashford and Tink. Now, that spike has been put down. And now it's all up to Polish Demon to prevent the Lions from being sent home tonight. But unfortunately, that is not the case. The Triangle Minotaur do win 13-1. Thank you, everybody. And you did see down there in the chat, you know, there was a little bit of discussion about XP values. You know, in XP League, we don't try to do anything about, you know, knifing opponents for the sake of, like, trying to show off or anything like that. But sometimes when there's no ammo, you got to do what you got to do. And so that's what they're talking about right there. So thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back next week. That is going to put the Triangle Minotaur at a 2-1 record for the season thus far, and that's going to put the Cincinnati Lions at 0-3 as their roster is coming together, and they are